Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here today to share my story with diabetes and how this product, Hemohim and bitter melon, brought me a life-changing result. So I was pre-diabetic for over 10 years, but things got worse when I got pregnant with my son. There was a time that I had to go see my doctor for a blood work, and my doctor told me that my sugar level was 17 millimole per liter. So if you're 10 above, you're considered as type 2 diabetes. And I see few people ended up emergency if they're 19 or 20 above. So my case was very serious. And he also warned me that if I don't lower my sugar level, I could have stillbirth, meaning your baby would die during the pregnancy. And he prescribed a multiple medication, including insulin and basic diabetic kits that I never seen before. And it was, and the bill was very expensive because it didn't cover by insurance. And it was during the COVID, and my husband and I had to do whatever it took to save our baby. So, as you see, you can see my record during the pregnancy. Because my case was very serious, I had to go on strict diet. But even with strict diet and injecting insulin with medication, my sugar level was between 12 to 14. And if I go out, it became even more. And when I gave birth on September 2020, I just stopped seeing my doctor because I thought my sugar level had dropped down to pre-diabetes stage. And I couldn't afford so much medication, so I stopped all my medication that time. But as my child grew little by little, I started to feel something wrong with my body. I had trouble breathing, going to the washroom 3 to 4 times in the middle of the night, and with constant headache and had no energy to do any activities. And when my baby turned 2 years old, I had to call to my doctor for an appointment because my body was getting worse and worse. And he told me that I have a high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and my sugar level was 16 millimole per liter. And he told me if I don't lower my sugar level, I won't be standing next to my son in a few years. This hit me really hard because I was holding my son that time, and I could not just imagine him living a life without me. And he prescribed a medication, but the basic medication called metformin was at least I could afford. So what I did was I started to overdose the medication. I have few bottles called metformin at home. And I had this crazy and stupid idea that overdosing medication will lower my sugar blood even more. So what I take is, I'm supposed to take 4 pills, but I take 6, 8, 10 pills a day because I wanted to leave. And that even destroyed my body more. I was throwing up all day because of the side effect. And during that situation, I met Hemohim. First, I wasn't interested about Hemohim, but I was so desperate. And started taking Hemohim for 4 months, I started to realize that there is improvement in my health. Improvement in my health. So I no longer had a headache, and somehow my menstruation was normal. And the best part is that I had energy throughout the day that I could spend with my son. And later, I got introduced to bitter melon. And after a few months taking it, I went to go see my doctor for a blood work, and he was kind of looking at me like suspiciously. And he told me, well, he called me he, well, I don't think you lost any weight. I don't see any improvement, but you're doing a good job, so keep it up. First, I was very confused. And he told me that my cholesterol was normal, that my blood pressure was normal, and my sugar blood had dropped down to 16 to 7.1. And first, I couldn't believe what my doctor has said to me. I had to go see my doctor's record with my own eyes to believe it. And that night I cried so much because I think that there was a belief that I could be with my son and see him grow up. Few months taking Hemohim with bitter melon, I'm remaining my sugar level between 5.4 to 5.6. And you see my record? This was after I took breakfast, so 2 hours after my breakfast. So if you're 8 below, you're considered as normal. So I want to share this with people with diabetes and pre-diabetes. Don't rely on your medication even though it's covered by insurance. Because not diabetes medication, all the medication out there, if you take it for long term, it will slowly destroy your bodies, your organs. So let's share this wonderful product to people around us who has this symptom, so they can lower their sugar level in healthier and safer way and get other good benefits to our body. So thank you, Anami, for this wonderful, great product, because without it, I wouldn't be standing here.